covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Saved me last year from my congestive heart failure that I've had for the last 2 years now.
As winter weather moves in, we show you how one nonprofit is working to give more homeless people a safe space. Plus, keeping an eye on your drive, a live look at what's next for Chico's Bruce Road reconstruction project. And new at 6, Shasta County leaders are calling for a federal investigation. Shasta County supervisors approved sending 2 separate letters asking the U.S. Department of Justice to look into election-related issues in the county this year. The letters will specifically ask the DOJ to clarify issues related to audit log timestamps during the March 5th primary. Back in October, supervisors learned 23 time change issues occurred on the county's new Hart InterCivic machines in the days leading up to the March primary. County leaders also want the DOJ to look into the Runbeck Election Services ink overspray issue that led to the elections office needing to duplicate thousands of ballots this November election. Supervisor Tim Garbin said today he didn't want to send the letter, calling it an attack on the county's election staff.
Timing is wrong. Mr. Toller's in the office over there. He's a very intelligent man, smarter than most of us in this room. I trust Mr. Toller and what he's done over there. I trust Kathy Darling Allen and what she did. And I trust Joanna and what she has done. So it's pretty obvious this is an attack on you guys. This is not about what's right or wrong. It's just a plain old attack on you guys. I'm sorry you're dealing with this.
Also during today's meeting, Supervisor Jones said he wants to send both letters to both the Biden administration and the incoming Trump administration, just in case Biden's DOJ decides to not look into the county's concerns. Supervisors voted 3-2 to send those letters, with Supervisors Garman and Rickert both voting no. Happening now, food donations are coming in at the 'Tis the Season food drive in Redding. You have 30 minutes left to head on over. Just turn off the TV and go. We won't be offended. Just grab some cans. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield and Jesse Angelo have been out there for hours collecting donations at the Tri-Counties Bank on East Cypress Avenue. Jesse, so tell me, I'm starting to see maybe some more people behind you. What kind of donations are coming in there?
Well, that's right, Haley. We've got all kinds of people here ready to help take your donation. Again, we're here until 6:30. People have been dropping off all kinds of great items. Blake here behind this box has got some samples of what people have been bringing by. A lot of canned foods, non-perishable food items, and many people have just come by to drop off a cash donation as well. So, yeah, plenty of time to come on down and make your donation. If you can't come by to make a donation, you can swing by any Tri-Counties Bank location between now throughout the holidays and drop off food. And just like Blake is doing over here.
My hands are full. I'm ready to donate. I'm ready to go. I got a lot of good stuff here. So
lots of good stuff coming in. And, of course, all this food stays right here in Northern California to help people eat throughout the year. Reporting live in Redding, I'm Jesse Angelo with Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Thanks, you guys. And Redding, I am extending this challenge to you because tomorrow night is Orville and then Chico is on Thursday. Let's show the community that Shasta County can give just as much as anybody else or even more. They're there until 6:30. And of course, as they said, you can go to any Tri-Counties Bank up until December 22nd. They have the bins there. Tomorrow, our team will be at the Tri-Counties on Oro Dam Boulevard in Oroville from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. CAL FIRE rushed to this garage fire on Locust Street near Park Street in Gridley. It happened just before 5 this evening. CAL FIRE says the detached garage was engulfed with flames when they arrived. Crews, though, put it out quickly and saved a nearby home that was just feet away from catching fire as well. Crews are still out there cleaning up. And we're going to take an earlier look over Lake Concow in Butte County. It was really pretty out there this afternoon, just some light clouds overhead, but they are really starting to move in now this evening. Camille Acevedo has been tracking an incoming storm for us. Camille, we'll stay dry through tonight though, right?
That's right, Haley. So we are going to stay dry until majority of tomorrow for your Wednesday. Tonight, it's definitely cold outside and it's going to continue. We're going to have chilly overnight lows going into tomorrow morning. As you could see, we are expecting today we saw cooler temps, light winds, more clouds are on the way, and then the dry weather that we were seeing is going to end by Wednesday. Currently right now in Redding, it is 45. In other parts of the area, it's mid 40s to low 50s, and then wind speed. We have some calm winds in Redding and then pretty light winds, across our whole region here. We aren't expecting to see any stronger winds until Thursday morning.
Okay, good to hear. Thank you, Camille. And as that stormy weather moves back in this week, Safe Space Chico found a way to open up a shelter for the homeless in need of a very low barrier option. Action News Now reporter Branda Lemus shows us some of the hurdles that the nonprofit still faces in its operations plan.
The nonprofit Safe Space Chico has been fighting to set up an intake facility for quite some time. In October, we reported they found a great location on Esplanade, but had not applied for a permit yet or paid the $14,000 fee to do so. Safe Space Chico Executive Director Hillary Crossy sent a statement shared with us by a Chico City Council member explaining that the Esplanade building they wanted to use for their intake facility is now under construction and no longer an option. So while they have no intake center, the nonprofit says it does have churches that will help them offer shelter space starting December 15th here at the First Baptist Church to as late in the season as March of 2025. There are only a couple of dates over the next 3 months where they still need a church to offer up help. I spoke with one man who tells me Safe Space Shelter saved his life over the past couple of years.
It saved me last year from my congestive heart failure that I've had for the last 2 years now. I'm fighting and trying to get housed. So Safe Space, and it's a lot better than a lot of the programs that they have out there. A lot better.
Caslett tells me Safe Space helps people over summer when it's dangerously hot, and it's really crucial when storms move in.
It makes me a lot happier knowing that I don't have to suffer being in this situation every night. Because the last couple of nights I haven't been able to breathe because of the moisture. It's so cold.
According to the statement sent to the city, Safe Space Chico will not try to set up an intake center anywhere downtown as they know local businesses owners object. In the statement, it also says there are talks about Trinity Methodist offering its parking lot again. In Chico, Brianna Lemus for Action News Now.
If you'd like to volunteer, we do have a link on our website where you can sign up, and we're going to keep you posted as we learn more about how the nonprofit will operate without an intake center. New details in the deadly crash involving a U-Haul, not a DUI crash. This is out of Tehama County. We've learned that 30-year-old Mark Sales died in the crash. We told you yesterday when the CHP reported Sales was the passenger in the crash along Highway 32 near milepost marker 32 on Sunday. CHP says a man from Victorville was driving when the U-Haul went off the road down an embankment and hit a tree. A proposed subdivision in Butte County is facing some pushback. This is the Tuscan Ridge development on about 160 acres between Chico and Paradise. Well, the developer wants to turn the site into mixed commercial and residential property. Butte County Supervisor Doug Teeter says he supports the plan, which would include 165 single-family residential lots. But the project doesn't have final approval just yet. Opponents spoke out at today's Butte County Supervisors meeting, expressing concern about impacts on traffic and the view shed. Supervisor Tammy Ritter was the only board member to vote against it. Putting California jobs first. That's what Governor Gavin Newsom promoted today in Colusa County. At 5, we told you about the site's reservoir and how the state created a way to streamline the $4 billion project to get it done years sooner than expected. Eventually, if it gets completed, Sites will be the 8th largest dam in California, planned near the Colusa-Glenn County line. Newsom also talked about competitive grant opportunities available soon here in our area for projects to get the economy moving.
People felt empowered. They felt like this was different than just a plan that would collect dust, maybe have a hearing in the Capitol, and everyone would turn the page, not on the plan, but on the whole construct and move on. But what I'm most excited about is not what we have done and what we're doing as it relates to the implementation and the investments in the $14 million, but the $120 million that will be going out in a few weeks in competitive grants for early action, ready to go projects.
Newsom said the state plans to invest over $180 billion over the next 10 years on infrastructure. To see where our tax dollars will go to work in our community, you can go to our website, click on the News tab, then News Links. Assembly Republican leader James Gallagher, who represents our area, is not sold on the governor's spending plan, though.
What do you think is the reason why our unemployment numbers are so bad, and what do you think could be done to improve that?
One, I think the regulatory environment, the costs that keep getting piled on us, the taxes, the fees, if those were drastically reduced, if we actually cut utility rates, which are a huge cost driver in agriculture and in our home pocketbooks, those are all things that would help stimulate job growth in the economy, right? I think if we actually just got out of the way, I mean, so much of what is affecting us is government. It's, we don't need more government, we need less of it. And that would do more to stimulate our economy and allow job growth to go, for companies to make investments. Right now, companies are leaving the state. That's a fact. They're leaving because the business climate is so bad here.
California's unemployment rate is the second highest in the nation at 5.4%. What changes do you want to see as your city grows? We show you how to weigh in next in New at 6. Plus, we take you live to Bruce Road in Chico to show you how that major project is coming along when we come back.